Hello, God bless you guys. God bless all the sunshine. If you're new on my channel, probably your first time of seeing my video, just give the subscription button. You can also thumbs up the picture or down and click on the notification bell, please. And you can also share with your friends. I want to talk about my own opinion. Like, I want to, an opinion, also throw light on this issue trending on the social media. Some people have sent me videos of other person's opinion, or the video other people have made from, gotten from preachers, you know. Maybe they thought they have put me in a corner. I will not compromise when it comes to the word of God. By the grace of God, I know who I am. Not talking about a song, but I'm talking about me. I'm talking about who I am. I found out something, that when the children of men spoke one language in the Bible, God came down. He said, let's go there and see for ourselves. Because they were raising a building not unto the glory of God, but to fill their egos. So are those who are criticizing Christians, pastors. They are building their page, gathering people. It's against the will of God for you to come out and criticize people like that. You are building destruction, destroying baby Christians, and I call it up NEPA. Like when they bring the light in Nigeria, children will shout, hey, up NEPA. Very soon they will take it again. That is what you are doing to the people, offing and on their lights. Let them be in the church. Let them serve God. Let them hear the word, because faith cometh by hearing, and by the hearing of the word of God. Don't take that from them. Keep your opinion to yourself. Stop destroying the work of Christ. You think you are opening the eyes of the people to see the pastors are fake. No, you are putting sparklings on people's eye. You are pouring sawdust on people's eye. You are tampering with the word of God. God didn't say, what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose heaven? He said to lose his own soul. And the soul is the covenant of the mind. Be mindful of what you feed people with and the thought you pack into their lives. It won't do them no good but destruction. And for the pastor, the lady Funke that people are criticizing, you are just advertising her like you did to Apostle Suleiman last year. Even when the lady said it was all made up story, rather she was paid to make up the story, you guys refuse to accept. Why? Because you just want to kill him. You just want to crucify him, like the Pharisees did to Jesus Christ. They have all the prophecy written on the book, the scroll. They could have gone through it and see if the prophecy be fit or follow up with this man. They didn't do that until they killed him and they said, truly is the Son of God. And most of you doing these things, you are Christian. You have to stop it. And for those in Europe who say, oh, they are making a lot of money. Oh, are they making money from you? And since you stop paying tithe, how much have you saved? And people who sow seed, they know why they are sowing seed. When God told Isaac, do not go to the land of of no, he shouldn't go to the land of Egypt, and he tallied in Gerar. He sowed in that place that very year. He reaped in 100-fold. And the Philistines were jealous of him. They were envious of him. It is normal, be envious of the pastor. Do not let jealousy take the better part of you or go into your head. They will be rich. You don't have a choice. Even Abraham was rich. When God blessed him, he lied and told the wives, please tell them you are my sister. Even though she was a sister. But at that moment, she was a wife. And God plagued the house of Pharaoh with barrenness. And he asked Abraham, he said they should ask Abraham to pray for them because he is a prophet. And when he was leaving, the blessing. And same happened with a son. Told Rebekah, tell them I'm your brother. Rebekah did the same. Until Abimelech saw them when they were making out. He saw them on the field when the lion through the window. And he said, oh, now your wife. Why you saying that your sister? And he suffered on the men to do anything to him. Because of fear. They shall always be poor around. Everybody will not be rich. Any object that is a means of transportation, if it is affordable, buy it. If you have the money, if you don't, leave it. Remember this word I tell you today. You can't climb with no man. When you climb on a man's shoulder, he will shake someday and you will fall. Let them that will fall their fall. Let the ones who will lose their soul, let them lose their soul. A word is enough for the wise. Stop destroying the work of God. Stop destroying the work of Christ. If you are bold enough, travel and speak to the pastor, you are not of God. The ways of God are not the ways of men. You don't know if these people have went on their feet and said, God, this is what I want to do, and God permitted them to. They don't go with the money. Go and ask your pastor. He will tell you when altars are raised. It's for the church. They give them things in their envelope. They take it, some reject it. If you have 1,000 to give, why wait for the man of God to call you to bring 1,000? Why not drop it? If people have dropped abundantly, pastor will not be doing this. People are not selfish. When I came to Europe, I did charity. It's only few people that can give. Those that does not give, they are much. This is the Western world, talk less of Nigeria. Imagine. People who have money that they would have used it to sow in the church or do something for God. Don't you know it's a curse unto you that your house is even beautiful than the house of God? It is written in the Bible, for crying out loud, how the church will be decorated. It will look good. Do you forget about the Levite, the priest, who wore the 12 tribes with precious stone? Can any pastor afford that these days? Or you want to talk about the temple that King Solomon built for God with gold? Have you given enough to buy gold? Even some of the pastors, they still have structure to finish. They are not through with their churches. Some have hospitals, some have children they are taking care of. Less privileged. They need funds to take care of them. Funds. They need money to take care of them. How much do you give for offering? Calculate how much you give in a year. You're backing anyhow and your tithe. And in Europe, of course, we know how expensive it is to pay for a church, a hall. How many people pay their tithes? How much do we use in making our offering? I've read my Bible and I understand what I'm talking about. I'm not the one who wrote it. I'm not the one. Like, you're free to jealous, or rather you're free to envy them, but don't get jealous. Don't jealous. Do not to get in your head and you'll be so confused. You will not know what to do. I'm talking about men of God. I'm not talking about those ones that saw flash and missed calls. When we all speak one language, what happened? And when it's against the will of God, God said, let's calm down to see what the Son of Man has built for themselves. It wasn't unto the glory of God. And it became Babel. It became confusion. That's the kind of confusion you all have caused on earth here. That's the confusion you're causing in the heart of the baby Christian. That's the confusion you're causing in the heart of those young men who are supposed to be in church. Look at Nigerian young men. Most of them are not ritually because of what the leaders are doing. Not because of what the pastor is doing. If he go to the church and he hear the word of God, he will know that it is very wrong to take a human part to make any money. People mind what you listen to, mind what you feel your soul with. The one God has chosen come first. Everybody was envy of Isaac. The Philistines, they were envy of him. If he had given everything out to the poor, I guess they were poor.